Hello, I'm Gino. Welcome to our channel, Dazzle TV. This video is going to be about retirement here in the Philippines, early preparation. The first important thing would be deciding your location here in the Philippines, whether you're going to be going to a province or a city. A lot of that will be based on your healthcare needs. Here, like an example, here in the province of Aklan, we lack medical care here. So if you have medical issues prior to coming here to the Philippines, it's best that you stay close to Manila, Angeles City, or Cebu City. Those are the big hubs of major hospitals here in the Philippines. Once you decide whether you're going to be in the city or the province here in the Philippines, housing will be your biggest expense. My recommendation for housing would be try to get an Airbnb for 30 days when you get here. The problem with the internet, when you're looking for housing in the internet, you're not going to get a big selection of housing here in the Philippines. It's best that you get to your location, stay in an Airbnb for 30 days, and during that time, you're going to see more apartments that's going to be available to you. Like for me, I chose to go to Boracay when I arrived here. After staying at the Airbnb, I was able to secure a studio apartment, a furnished apartment. And back in 2011, the furnished studio apartment was 12,000 pesos. So about $240 at the time. Here in the Philippines, most apartments will require you to pay a deposit, 1 month deposit and 1 month advance. Try not to sign any long leases. Maybe you can get by with 6-month lease, but try not to sign any lease. And a lot of apartments will let you do that as long as you have those 2 months. And the reason for that is once you move in and you sign that lease, you're stuck at that apartment. If later on you find out that the apartments, you have noisy neighbors or you got roosters crowing all night long, it's hard to get out of that lease. So it's best to only secure the 2 months, you had 1 month advance and 1 month deposit. Now I will discuss the preparation I did back in 2011. The first thing that I did was I start getting rid of stuff. At the time I was just I had a condo, a 1-bedroom condo, so I didn't have a lot of things to begin with. I'm a minimalist by nature, so I don't like collecting things. And even now, Dazzle can tell you, I don't buy a lot of things. She always ends up buying things for me because I never buy things. I might buy things at the ukay, the thrift store here, because they're inexpensive, but I never spend a lot of money on myself. My goal at the time was to get everything that I was going to bring to the Philippines in 1 suitcase and 1 backpack, because I wasn't really sure where I was going to end up in the Philippines. I had an idea. My first stop would be Boracay, but if I didn't like Boracay, I was thinking Baguio. So I wanted to travel light because that way, if I had no problem moving from one location to another, just having 1 suitcase and 1 backpack. Next thing I did was, since I knew I was going to be going to the Philippines, I bought myself a new laptop at Best Buy. You can get a really good deal at Best Buy back in the time, and I'm sure even now. The laptops you'll end up getting here in the Philippines are going to be more expensive and less quality than what you could get at Best Buy. So I would definitely recommend get a new laptop and even get a new phone, a smartphone. They sell smartphones here in the Philippines, but a lot of them are cheaply made from China. So I would recommend, if you can find at Best Buy again, if you go to Best Buy and get a nice smartphone, make sure that it's the one that's unlocked, where you only need a SIM card. When you get here, you get a SIM card, you put it on the phone, and you're good to go. At the time, back in 2011, I also purchased a Magic Jack. The Magic Jack was really handy because all you did with the Magic Jack, you plug it into your laptop, you plug a phone to the Magic Jack, and it can call the United States. You get a area code. At the time, I was living in Tucson, Arizona, and my area code on my Magic Jack was 520. That was real handy because when I got here, I can call my bank in the US, I can call my family, my friends, so at no cost to me. You know, it was a free call. I know there's plenty of services now that does the same thing, so you can check on that, on what's available. Now I don't even have the Magic Jack anymore. I just use Messenger. I've been able to get by with Messenger. And then if I really have to call the United States, I have a Viber account. The other thing that was really important that I did, I think, and you should also, is renew your driver's license. Like for me, when I left in 2011, I renewed my driver's license with the state of Arizona. And my driver's license was good for, I think at the time was good for over 10 years. And same with my passport. I renewed my passport and it was good for 10 years. Also, I would call my credit card company and my debit card company and have them extend the expiration dates on your credit card and your debit card. Because once you come here to the Philippines, it's going to be hard for you to renew those. So ask the company you work with, and I'm sure they'll your bank or your credit union, I'm sure they'll extend the expirations on your credit card. I also signed up at the time in 2011. I signed up for Zoom. Zoom is a money transfer. If I wanted my money in the United States, I kept a bank in the United States, and I still kept the same bank right now. You can get your money using Zoom in an instant. There's going to be times, emergencies, that you might need that, so it's good to have. And what Zoom, they can send the money to your, once you get here, once you establish your bank account here in the Philippines, or you can get through like a Palawan or the money pickup areas here, and Zoom can transfer that money and you can pick up your money at one of those places. I also, from my bank in the United States, before I left, I got a box of checks from them, from my checking account. I use that here in the Philippines. I've found that it's the best exchange rate I get. Is what I do is I go to the bank, I write a check named to me, to my deposit in my account, like for say $1,000 or $2,000, and it takes them about 30 days to process it. But after the 30 days, I can get $100 bills here in the Philippines. And $100 bills here in the Philippines, you're gonna get the best exchange rate. The money exchange or the transfer of funds, like if you're using Zoom or any other ways to get your money here, they'll always take their cut on the exchange rate. The best amount that I've found that I got the best buck for my money is writing a check, cash it in after 30 days, and get those $100 bills. Last thing that I would recommend is I'm 5'10" and 145 pounds. And even here in the Philippines, when I was back in the United States, I wore a small, a medium was kind of loose on me. But here in the Philippines, when you go to the department store, especially here in our province, there's not much selection. I've even gotten a large here in the Philippines, and it's been tight on me. So if you're 6 foot, or if you're close to 200 pounds, you're large built American, you might want to buy more clothes to bring here. I know for me, I like the Hanes boxer briefs, and I can never find them here. And if I do find them here in the Philippines, they cost like 300 pesos or $6 each. And I know they don't cost that much if you go buy them at Walmart back in the US or at Costco. So if you're taller, or even in shoes, if you're taller, chances are your foot's probably going to be bigger. Like I wear a size 9. I've gotten pretty decent shoes here, but if you wear anything larger than a 10, you're gonna have a hard time finding shoes here in the Philippines. So might want to pack extra shoes, extra clothes if you're bigger built. Okay, that's about all I can think of. If I can think more in the future, I'll do a part 2 to this video. Thank you for watching. Appreciate all the support, and we'll see you on our next video.